Good morning to you. Yeah, I'm on the SV. Some people thought something had happened to the SV. Nothing's happened to the SV. It was just clean. Yeah, it was clean. One of those rare moments where it's clean, and I wanted it to stay clean for longer than a day. Yeah, I don't know why. But we have had some dry days. The roads aren't that bad at the moment, but we have got rain forecast today, so it'll probably be dirty later on. Yeah. I was just watching Tiger Ness on his motorcycling good for your mental health, and of course it comes with some reservations. You know, it depends, doesn't it? And some of that was, well, how can I put this? So, watching Tiger Ness's video of him riding unpressured, just riding through those beautiful roads, yeah, past the lock and what have you, just absolutely beautiful. But sometimes it can be, you can have pressure put on you. If you ride with others, sometimes you can feel pressured to ride at the same pace, the same speed, in the same way as others that you ride with. And they can be your best mates and that, and they're a good laugh, but you might not want to ride like that. You maybe did once upon a time, but you don't anymore. Or perhaps you're on a different bike and pushing your bike in the same way. Oh yeah, you just keep coming. Charming. You know, you get someone out there on say a Triumph 765 and you're on an Interceptor, say. You've got to ride a lot quicker to keep up. You don't have the handling, you don't have the brakes, probably don't have the tyres, and if you're going to try and keep up, that's a big ask. It puts pressure on you, and it can distract from the absolute pleasure of riding. And sometimes it is nice. You can see this road was flooded all the way down here. Yeah, all the way from Burton right down here. That's why I went the back roads on a Mutter the other day. Yeah. So yeah, mental health, and there is nothing better. And I find it the same in winter as well. Tiger Ness talks about, on a hot summer's day riding through those roads. There's nothing better. There is, it's just beautiful. But I get the same pleasure at all times of year. Yeah, it's not much fun when it's tipping it down. Oh damn, traffic lights, forgot about these. Can't even see. Get the visor up. Ah, there we go, we're off. And also, if you're under pressure to get one place or another, that can ruin a ride, can't it? That's why I like setting off in plenty of time and taking my time to get wherever it is I want to go, or arriving early. So yeah, so there's also that to consider, isn't there, when we talk about motorcycling improving your mental health. It's got to be stress-free. But saying that, I am very often stressed when I get on a bike, generally when I'm leaving work. You know, you get fired up and phew, you've got to take a chill pill. And there's lots of memes and things about lots of noise going on, and then you put your helmet on and it just goes zoom, and it sort of does, doesn't it? And you get on your bike and you get going, you've got the noise of the bike, the wind. It's just marvellous. There's just something about it, being in total control of your destiny. And yeah, if you want to drive like a loony, you can, but you've got a good or an increased chance of killing yourself or badly injuring yourself or breaking your bike, and none of us want to do that. I certainly don't, not at my age. And I am a lot slower than I used to be. And I think if everybody's honest, as you get older, you're not as sharp as you used to be, and you need to steady up. You need to recognise that and allow for it a little bit. But as long as you stay within those sort of parameters, it's just, for me, and I hope it's the same for everyone else, I hope people do get out of motorcycling the same that I do. Sometimes riding around aimlessly is okay, but it helps to have something to do, something to go out for. And that was part of the photos, getting people to send me photos, encouraging people to get out on the bike, giving them a purpose so they can turn around and say to the wife or husband, depending on whether you're male or female, and say, I'm just going out, I'm just going to grab a photo, I think there's a giraffe over there, or I think there's a gorilla over there. And I mean, there's so many interesting things out and about down these little villages. It's amazing what you can find, and I would recommend that everybody gets out and just rides aimlessly. Find a cafe somewhere on a map and aim for that. And oh, that takes me on to classical rides. Yeah, make sure that it's open. Yeah. And then you've got a point where you're heading to roughly, but go different routes and just see what you can find. Get a photo of your bike, photo of what you see, and send it in. Yeah, or there's, you've got your purpose, haven't you? And I'll guarantee that if you do that, when you get back, you will feel better than you did when you set off. Yeah, regardless of how you felt when you set off. Yeah, I know. Of course, there's no refunds if you don't. It's a non-refundable guarantee, however that might work. Yeah, and going back to classical rides, it's another one. What he does with his videos is he creates a dream, you know. It's just the way the videos are put together, what you see, you know, how he just goes off with a flask and a coffee and sits by a lock or something like that, or a lake, or goes camping or sets up a fire. I mean, it's just idyllic, isn't it? And he recreates that, and with the music for the rides, it's just like taking a chill pill. And that is, you know, it's almost as good as going out for a ride yourself. So on a wet day, or if you're strapped for time or something like that, watching one of those can completely change your mood. Inevitably, I watch them and end up going out for a ride, even though I didn't have time. Yeah. So again, mental health, it's all about de-stressing. It's about excitement as well, and it's about purpose. People need a purpose. If you have no purpose, I mean, if you look back to the 70s, men retired at 65, and a lot of them were dead by the time they got to 70. They never saw 70. And now we're living a lot longer. And that's primarily because when we retire, we don't stop. People go out and they're doing more. I talk to people who are retired, and I say about retiring this, and they they say, don't worry about retiring, you'll have less time when you retire because you'll be so busy. I know, and I can see it from people I know, from friends that are retired. I know they're far too busy than I am, and I work. I know. I'll tell you who's retired and doesn't have a purpose, and I reckon that's the top and bottom of it, is, oh, we can't see him, is the old fella there, look. He's parked next to that van. Yeah, the old man there, the grumpy old man. He's there and he's grumpy because he's retired and doing nothing. And there's a giraffe. Oh, and giraffe. Yeah, he's retired and he's out and about on his meteor. Yeah, and he works there on guard at the vets all the time as well. See, too busy to do anything else. He must be about 150. Yeah. So yeah, a little chat about mental health. And I guess that leads up to the dance. Yeah, send us in your dance. Yeah, it doesn't have to be long. You've seen some examples from Ainsworth and Foxy, Lillian and Aussie Biker Dude. Need quite a few more, I've got to say. So if you can, that'd be marvellous. And I think it is going to be the DGR again. I've looked at ways, and it's the only one because a lot of subscribers last year from all around the world were donating money, and I don't want to do it to just a British or a European charity. It's got to be a global thing, hasn't it? So the only thing I can think of is the DGR. But the question is, which DGR should I do? I think there's Cambridge. I think they might do one from Haywards, and if they do, that'll be the one that I do. I think. Don't think I'm going to do Bury. Not after Bury Council at last minute stopped us going through Bury, and the whole point is about making noise. But yeah, mental health. There you go. Just a little mutter on that. And Tiger Ness, of course, and classical rides. Very good for your mental health. That's what I'd say about those. Yeah. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you in a mutter. Come on, Mr. Frost. Ta-ta!